Hi, welcome to Johnny on the Spot, where we talk about gold, silver, and what's really going on in today's precious metals markets. I'm Shannon with CMI Gold and Silver in Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm Johnny, and we're a family-owned precious metals firm. We've been helping Americans buy and sell bullion since 1973.
Yes, my father started CMI more than 50 years ago, and we've served clients nationwide through education. So we're here today to share what we've learned over decades in this business to help you decide if physical precious metals are right for you. Okay, today we're going to talk about something that we wish wasn't necessary, but unfortunately it is. We're going to talk about gold scams.
Yeah, we're going to walk you through the most common patterns that we see, why they work, and some simple checklists that you can use to protect yourself or someone that you love.
Yes, and we're going to do this without trying to bring shame on anyone because scammers are professionals.
They're very professional in their practice.
Okay, so before we get into specific scams, I want to say something that I think is important, and that scams can happen to anyone.
Yeah, we've seen scams hit retirees, they hit business owners, they hit engineers, they even hit people that are extremely careful with their money.
Yes, all types of people, and everyone is a target. Because scammers, whatever they're selling, they're not really selling gold, they're selling emotion.
Yeah, they sell urgency, they sell certainty, they sell a story that makes you feel smart and safe.
Yes, and they often use the same playbook. They isolate, they rush you, they make you feel like you're getting some special access.
Yeah, so today we're just going to cover 4 of the most common ones that we see. There's the too good to be true story. There's the rare coin, exclusive coin pressure pitch. There's the custodian and IRA confusion pitch. And then, of course, there's the a person that has 20 metric tons of gold in Africa, advance fee scam pitch.
Yes, and then we're going to give some practical, before you buy, checklist points.
So let's start with the first one, the too good to be true story. The offer that sounds like you're getting something that nobody else knows.
The inside deal.
You'll see ads online, social media, sometimes even very official-looking websites.
It can look very professional, and that's what makes it dangerous.
And the pitch is usually something like, hey, there's a giant coin hoard that we just found, or these are very rare, or hey, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity never to be seen again, or they're never going to be minted again. And the other one is only a few are available. You have to act now.
Yes, there's always a story designed to make you feel like you're early.
Exactly. But here's the problem. In bullion investing, the value is primarily in the metal content only.
And the story is simply a marketing ploy. One place we see confusion, a lot of this is constantly is on daytime TV and late night television, the hurry and buy style.
Limited supply, you're going to miss out. Hurry, call in the next 5 minutes.
They use very dramatic visuals, and often so the images aren't actual size.
Yeah, so it looks like you're getting something very substantial, but you're not.
And then there's the wordplay.
Yep.
Things like, this is important, this is a 24 karat clad coin. And they'll say the word clad very soft or very low, almost like it's a footnote.
Yeah, another word they use is plated.
Plated, clad, layered, overlay. And here's the plain English translation. A gold-plated or a gold-clad coin is not a solid gold coin.
You know, it's just a base metal that has a thin layer of coating on the outside, whether it's gold or silver.
Yes, yes.
When my dad was still on the earth, I love him very much, he'd call me after seeing some of those commercials, and he'd say, how in the world can they sell gold coins so cheap?
Very fair question.
And I'd ask him one thing, Dad, did they happen to use the word clad or plated or something like that?
And that was the answer.
Exactly. So here's the protection rule. Listen for qualifier words like platted, clad, layered, and then ask one question, one simple question. Is this solid gold? If not, how many actual ounces of gold are in it?
And if they won't answer the questions you have clearly,
we say walk away. Sometimes it's run away, though.
Okay, let's talk about the second pattern that Johnny mentioned, the rare coin or exclusive coin pressure pitch. This is a very common tactic.
Yeah, and it's extremely high pressure of this rare coin pitch.
They call it limited, exclusive, museum quality, historic, pre-1933, only a few left.
And they say it's going to outperform regular gold prices.
Now, let's be careful here because there are legitimate rare coins and there are serious rare coin collectors, and some collectors do very well.
Yes, that's true. They do.
Some investors also do very well with collector coins, such as the pre-1933 old U.S. gold. But these are seasoned investors and not the average investor.
No, they're watching the market constantly. They understand how the premiums work, and they're trying to time the market perfectly or precisely.
Yes, and so for most people who are simply trying to secure their wealth, collectibles are often higher risk, and they require a lot more effort and attention than people anticipate, such as having a knowledge about these collectible coins, such as grading, pricing, market timing, and having the right buyer when you are ready to sell the coin.
There's a lot more effort than simply investing in bullion coins, which are easy to follow by simply watching the spot price of gold go up or down.
Right. So the scam angle is presenting a high premium collectible coin as if it's a simple, safe investment without clearly explaining the trade-offs.
Like the premium?
Exactly. The premium is what you pay above the melt value of the gold. And if the premium is huge, it can take a long time to break even.
And that's hard for the average person to price.
Yes, and that's why scammers love it.
And this is where it stops being theoretical for us, Shannon, because we see this way too often.
Yes, folks will come into our office with a whole collection that they were sold as rare, exclusive, highly collectible, and they're coming in excited because they were told that they are going to make a profit, sometimes a large profit.
They'll say, I've been holding these for years, and now I just want to cash in.
And unfortunately, more often than not, this is where the heartbreak begins. We begin to evaluate the coins, and only to learn that the premium they paid is no longer recoupable. What we see is a good gold coin that was simply overpriced above its value by 20 to 30% or more. And let's do an example here. Yeah. Someone who purchased a collectible gold coin at, let's say, $2,000 spot gold, and then paid 30% over that spot gold price, that makes the coin $2,600. So now that gold is higher, let's say gold at $5,000 plus 30% would be an additional $1,500 on top, making the coin about $6,500. So following this logic, many are thinking that they're going to get $6,500 for this coin because of gold's increase. But in reality, the premium the person was sold at 30% above spot no longer exists because in a rapidly rising gold bull market, most gold coins, rare or not, trade near spot. And this is in part because of basic supply and demand fundamentals. And we have seen this happen historically over the last 50 years. And this is why we do not recommend collector coins for most people. So in addition to the supply and demand fundamentals, the 30% premium that was paid was also very much inflated at the time.
Yes.
30% is an average premium on heavily promoted collectible coins. And some collectible coins will have a premium above the spot price as much as 40 to 50%.
Well, and this is the hard part.
Yes, because once we explain that these coins were purchased at an inflated price to begin with, and then we come back with a liquidation bid based on the current market values, you can literally see people's face change.
And they're just crushed and sometimes angry. And we have people tear up. We have people get defensive. And we don't take it personally. We know it happened to them, but we see this happening in real time. They're not really mad at us. They're just realizing something for the first time.
They're realizing that the story that they were sold doesn't match the current market. No one explained to them that what you buy the coin for and what you can sell it for are two very different prices.
Right. And we'll say something to the effect of, we can tell that this is upsetting you, and it's okay to question the price we're giving you. So what we do is we go to our computer, we print out our wholesale bid sheet, and we show them. Now, this wholesale bid sheet, that's the current wholesale market. And in normal markets, what we do, we're completely transparent. We ask for 3% commission on that, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on the market.
Yes, and the point is that this is real pricing.
Yeah, real bids, real markets. And that's usually where the sentence comes out. But I was told these are rare. I was told these were going to be worth so much more. I put my life savings into this.
And that's the heartbreaking moment, and that's the moment we wish we could rewind for them.
Because what they bought wasn't preservation. It was a high premium bet sold with a promise. Sometimes they lose money, and sometimes after years and years, they just end up barely breaking even.
The desire to protect with gold is a good desire, and we tell them, you had the right idea, just chose the wrong dealer. Unfortunately, they were targeted.
And if this is you listening right now, just please hear this. This happens to good people. It happens to everybody. The fix is easy, though. Simply slow down. Start asking the right questions. Get a second opinion before you commit.
And so what questions should people ask?
So there's 3 basic questions that we like to tell people to ask. The first one is to ask, what is the premium over the melt? We like to have them ask, what would you pay for this coin today if I needed to sell or liquidate it right now? Then you'll get to determine the spread. And then ask, why don't you show me a low premium alternative and explain to me again why this high premium item is better?
Yes, and if they get defensive,
just walk away.
Walk away, yes.
So moving on, the next one gets complicated really fast.
It does. This is the third pattern mentioned, and scammers love complicated.
Because if it's confusing, people simply stop asking questions.
Right. So here's the simple version. If you're doing a precious metals IRA, there are rules. There's a custodian, there's an approved storage facility, there's paperwork.
And the scam angle, it's not that the precious metals IRA are bad, but again, it relates to the product sold into the IRA. People get told things that just aren't true.
Yes, they get pushed into products into their IRA that have massive markups under the umbrella of IRA approved. They're sold correct bullion products acceptable for the IRA, but charged extra premiums because they're told that these products are a special coin because of this or that or whatever, giving the impression that it's going to be a collectible in the future, when in reality it's simply a gold bullion product with a low premium. And this ties right into what we said in the last segment, because it's worth repeating that high premium products are very speculative, not preservation-based for wealth.
Yeah. Another IRA falsehood to be aware of is they're told they can store it at home when they can't, at least not in the way that they are being pitched by it.
And here's why. With a legitimate precious metals IRA, there's a custodian, there's an approved storage facility, and there are rules about how the metal has to be held. So when someone says, just put your IRA metals in your safe at home, that's not an IRA in the way they're describing it, and it's a big warning sign to slow down and verify.
Yeah, Shannon, you know, we have that episode on YouTube that we talked about IRAs, and people can, for more information, can search our YouTube channel for CMIGS and then search for the IRA one.
Yes. Yes. Now, some people do well with special coins in their IRA, but that usually takes work, timing, and the right buyer, so it's a little bit more cumbersome.
Yeah, and that's why high premium special products are usually not a good fit for an IRA, because IRAs are meant for long-term holdings. And if you ever need to liquidate, you may need to move swiftly. Collectible coins in an IRA may be more difficult to get the best price for and take longer to liquidate.
Right, because trying to play the timing game inside an IRA, you have to consider that you have a 2 to 5 week processing time, whether you're putting product in or taking product out because of the paperwork, the custodian processing, and the logistics of physically moving the metal.
So someone is pitching you something special with huge premium and making it sound like it's easy as clicking a button. That's a problem.
Okay, yes, but we're not here giving legal or tax advice, but we can say this. If someone is promising a loophole, please verify.
Yeah, promising a loophole is usually a sign that you're the one taking the risk and not them.
And another thing, if you can't get straight answers about where the metal is stored, who insures it, what the fees are, and what you actually own, stop and simply pause.
Yeah, beware when they say, trust me, because trust me is not a plan.
Not with your retirement.
One more practical detail that I wanted to mention. If you choose to buy something truly unique or special, you need to understand the different storage types available for your IRA.
Yes, in many cases, you'll want to set up an account as a segregated storage and not commingled.
Yeah, segregated means that your specific items are stored separately and identified as yours only.
Commingled means that your metals are pooled with other like metals of other clients.
Yeah, neither is automatically bad, but if you're paying up for something special, you want to know exactly how it's being held and how it's identified as yours.
Yes. Now, the fourth and last pattern that we mentioned earlier is so common, you'll start to recognize the script.
Yeah, it starts with and I sigh because this is one that's hard for me. It starts with a call that sounds just completely unbelievable.
We get calls where often it's a man and he'll say, my fiance's dad, my girlfriend's father has 20 metric tons of gold to sell in the United States or something similar.
Yeah, and it's usually out of Africa. And I think 20 metric tons?
That's enormous. And the story is usually wrapped in a romance, someone overseas, a relationship that moved very quickly, and a promise of a big payoff.
And then Shannon comes to hook.
But they don't ask you to buy the gold right away. They ask for help.
Help with shipping.
Help with storage.
Or custom fees.
And it's never the last fee. You pay one, and then there's another fee, and then another.
And the person paying thinks, man, I've already put money into this. I can't stop now.
And this is what's known as the sunk cost trap.
And when the victim finally gets upset or asks too many questions,
the scammer disappears.
So what's the takeaway?
Well, if they need your money to move their gold, it's not gold, it's a fee scam.
Exactly. And Shannon, this is the part that your dad was dealing with when he first started this company in 1973. This was going on long before the internet made it easier to spread.
That's right.
I mean, we've been hearing some versions of this story for decades now.
Yes.
Different countries, different names, different paperwork, but it's the same pattern.
Yes, just the other day, didn't you speak with someone who told you that they had a friend trying to get gold out of Africa, and they even had pictures of the gold?
Yeah, and it's funny because when I tried to warn them, because I did try to warn them, and I started explaining, I've seen this scam many times, they instantly said, whoa, hey, no, not this one. This one is different. Our friend's actually in Africa right now trying to move it.
That's the trap. Once someone is emotionally involved, every warning sign, every warning given sounds like an attack.
Exactly.
So if you're listening and this does sound familiar, here's the best advice we give all the time. Simply pause.
Yes, pause. Please pause long enough for the emotion to cool off, for the story to stand on its own merits.
Yes, because a lot of these scams cannot survive time. If you pause for a week, 2 weeks, even a month, the deal starts to fall apart.
Yeah, and here's another tell. If you say, I'm not making any decisions right now, a legitimate person or business will respect that.
A scammer will not.
They'll keep calling you, they'll keep texting you, they'll keep pushing because they're not trying to help you, they're trying to keep momentum.
Yes, and if you ever notice that the person on the other end doesn't care about your current situation, doesn't care if you're stressed or sick or dealing with a real-life issue, that's a sign.
Yeah, that's your sign that they don't care about you, they care about getting paid.
So if you're listening and this is happening, please listen and hear us. You don't owe them another conversation.
You can stop responding. You can block the number. You can bring a third party.
Yes, bring in a third party, someone that you trust, someone who isn't emotionally invested to take a look at it. Call a reputable dealer.
And if you can, call law enforcement, call the local police department, call the state attorney general's office, call the FBI. Just ask, hey, is this a known scam?
Yes. And we'll be honest, a lot of victims will blow that advice off at first because they're convinced that this one is different.
But that outside voice matters because the scam survives in secrecy and momentum.
Yes, and the way you break that is through light and time.
And if this has happened to someone you love, please don't shame them.
Shame makes people hide. Don't mock them. Get them back into real life conversations and help them slow down long enough to verify and pause.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get practical and talk about the checklist. What should listeners do before buying?
Okay, well, here's our 10-point checklist, so go ahead with the first one.
First one, know who you're dealing with. Verify company name, phone number, and physical address.
And 2, check independent reviews, not just testimonies from their own website.
Yes. Number 3, ask for a full written quote, product, quantity, total price, timeline.
Number 4, ask what the premium is, especially on anything exclusive.
Number 5, ask about the buyback question. What would you pay me today if I needed to sell it back?
Number 6, understand delivery, how it's shipped, insured, and tracked and signed for.
Number 7, be cautious with pressure, especially pressure that prevents verification.
Number 8, avoid secrecy. The phrase, don't talk to anyone, that's manipulation.
Yes. Number 9, match the product to the goal that you have, preservation, liquidity, affordability.
Number 10, get a second opinion. No reputable dealer will ever be offended by calling in for another opinion.
That's true. That one is huge.
It is. And I want to say this as we wrap up, that we could tell scam stories for hours, and they're all heartbreaking. The biggest struggle for me is how the person being scammed will not recognize this. They are 100% sold that this is a real and that there's no telling them different. But if this is you, we just ask that you pause. If this is someone you know, ask them to pause too. A day, a week, a month, something.
Yes. Okay, we've talked about a lot today. So for more information on products and the market, please visit our website, cmigs.com. You can download our Gold and Silver Investment Guide. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us. We have non-commissioned brokers there. And our toll-free number is listed on the website. And remember, we've been family-owned and operated since 1973, and we'd love to help you protect your wealth with precious metals.
Take care, God bless, and join us next time on Johnny on the Spot.